You're listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is. I ain't even got my bites ready. It's alright. We're gonna keep the ball rolling. AEW, WWE, MSG. Shout out to my bro. He was in the building. I don't know what he was doing on the side, but I know he was in the building. Shout out to him. MSG, WWE was all about the bloodline. Collision was all about Punk and Joe. Had a feeling Joe was going to get the better of him, and I was not wrong at the end. But first things first, let's get rid of the housekeeping. First things first, follow me, RJD. RJD199 on Twitter, RJDTV2 for Twitch. What the Wrestling, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, and Anchor. Also Instagram. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. Let's go. Yes. Tis I, RJD here. Welcome everybody to What the Wrestling. I once again am your host, RJD, and man, Smackdown MSG was good. It was good. It was all about the blood. I think the bloodline took up an hour of the hour and a half of screen time. Like, you know, a 2-hour show, what they got? Normally hour and a half of screen time or hour and 40 minutes or something like that. Bloodline was probably an hour of that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, I'm going to talk about Smackdown first, and I'll get into Collision. But first things first, let's hit the like button. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You already know What the Wrestling. Gonna be doing a revamp of some of the social media, so look out for that. That's coming. We're gonna upgrade some of the social media. We're gonna upgrade some stuff, so look out for that. We're going to definitely be going back to live streams next week, so look out for that. If I must say, it's probably going to be on the YouTube side for the most part. So I don't know if we're going back to watch-alongs. I know a couple of my friends asked me that they like the watch-alongs, but I don't know if I'm going back to the watch-alongs because Raw is 3 hours, very late in the day. The AEW watch-alongs were fun. Those were fun, but I don't always get home at the right time to catch it live. So don't know if we're going to be going back to that, but we will be going back to live streams. I'm going to be fixing up some stuff, so look out for that once again next week, starting Monday.
Surprise, motherfucker.
So let's not mess that up, people. But other than that, that is all the housekeeping I got to get into right at this moment. So we're going to keep the ball rolling into SmackDown. First of all, New York City. Crowd in New York City. Let's hit the Don DeMarco. I did know those MSG tickets were on sale, but I didn't. I mean, it would have been nice to go to SmackDown, but I didn't want to go to SmackDown. I wanted to go to Collision, and Collision is here in 2 weeks. So in New York City. So I'll be going to Collision. That's going to be an awesome show. Look forward to it. Hopefully I'll see some Miro in action, maybe some FTR, maybe some CM Punk, maybe some Bullet Club Gold, maybe some Willow Nightingale and Athena. Who else should be on that show? I hope that show is really good. I've heard that it is. I've been watching it, and obviously I'm going to talk about it today. I've heard that it is, so looking forward to seeing that show live and getting some CM Punk chants off, because we like punk around these parts. So MSG, WWE, it's all about the bloodline. Shout out to wrestling fans. You guys are awesome, because they really added to this segment. Madison Square Garden, New York City, you know, we got rowdy fans here, and I love those rowdy fans when they get crazy. Not as crazy as London. London was crazy, but the New York fans are crazy too. And let's shout out Roman Reigns. I don't know, a lot of people were getting at him, talking about his acting skills weren't that good. But then when you see the acting skills that he put forth in this segment,
Stupid.
if you say he wasn't a good actor, you stupid. I mean, he looked good back in the beginning 3 years ago when he beat Jay. Jimmy came back and he choked Jimmy out and made Jay quit in the Hell in a Cell. A lot of people don't remember that. He was sitting there tearing up. His eyes was all red. So the brother is, listen, that 5-year run he had beforehand, you know, all the suffering succotash crap, the big dog, a lot of that, you know, forcing them down our throats, Vince McMahon did. But this, and I don't know if he's heavily involved with this, or if it's Paul Heyman and Triple H and Roman and a little bit of Vince, or if it's no Vince, I don't know. But whatever they're doing, they could probably get another 4, 5, 6 months out of this and keep us entertained and intrigued. Roman is doing the best work of his career ever since he teamed up with Paul Heyman and started this Tribal Chief run. It's been absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
And there ain't nobody that's going to change my mind about that. This has been the best storyline in wrestling period, since he started it. Since he started it with the whole Sami Zayn saga. And the good thing is, it's had sagas in the saga. You have the Bloodline saga. Think about it. Dragon Ball Z, Frieza saga, Android saga. Yes, I'm an anime guy. Sue me.
Stupid.
Frieza saga, anime saga, Super Saiyan saga, all these different sagas within the Dragon Ball Z, right? You have Dragon Ball, then you have Dragon Ball Z. You have all these different saga, all these different arcs, like Demon Slayer. You got this arc, that arc, you got another arc coming out soon. This is the Bloodline. Then it started off with him getting the belt. Then you had the Sami Zayn stuff in the middle. Now you got the Civil War stuff. What's next? This is still Civil War stuff going on. And whoever thought about this and came up with this, probably a collective of people. The guys are absolutely phenomenal. They know what they're doing.
Perfect.
They know what they're doing. So let's talk about this. You had MSG cut first of all. Usos came out, they talked their junk. Paul Heyman came out and said, listen, I'm still the wise man, I'm still counsel to the Tribal Chief. I think Jay told him to shut up. And the crowd said, shut up. And he said, only one man can tell me to shut up. But then Solo grabs the mic, takes it, throws it on the floor. So now everybody's cheering Solo. And that's what I like about this too.
Perfect.
You're going to hear me hit that perfect a lot. Solo is slowly captivating the fans as well, because he has been thinking about that Tribal Chief spot without saying any words, just little subtle movements he's doing. And the subtle movements that he's doing is telling a story all by itself. So Roman comes out, says he got pinned. He tells the crowd basically starts saying, you got pinned. And he's like, you're right, I got pinned. But last time I checked, I'm still the Tribal Chief. So Roman says, listen, I'm the Tribal Chief. I hold tribal court, so this is wasting my time. Why am I out here? Jimmy and Jay says, look at this video package and try to spin that. And then you have all the times where Roman is face smashing Jimmy and Jay, saying this is mine, I built this, everybody should bow down to me, everybody should kiss the ring, I beat you up now, I beat you up back then, I beat you up now, showing all the times when he disrespected them. So he says, you know what, after the video package, he says, this is what you want to do? You want to show me at my lowest moments? You want to show me this is not who I am? And the crowd starts saying, you effed up, you effed up. And Roman is like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Perfect.
Shout out to Roman, who's thinking quick on his feet, playing off the crowd. I love it when they do that. Like, I understand they have a story to follow, but I also like it when they follow the crowd. If the crowd is doing something, you can acknowledge the crowd doing something and then go back to what you were doing. You don't always have to just stay focused on the script. Like, no, veer off. Don't act like the crowd doesn't exist. Play to the crowd. He said, no, I didn't. They said, you got pinned. He played off of that. And he says, listen, I got 5 kids in the back. My daughter's in the back, not trying to figure out who I am. I got 5 kids. He said, I got 5 kids. You think I want to take on yours too? He's like, this is not who I am. This is who I was forced to be. He said, you know what? If you don't want me to do this, I don't want it anymore. You can have it. Do what you got to do. You know what? It's all yours. I'm done. I am done. So what happens is he takes off the thing slowly but surely. This built up. He takes it off. He's building up steam. He's huffing and puffing, and he puts the, I don't know what the hell you call that thing, the satchel, it's called something. He puts it around Jay, and then he goes on both knees, and he's huffing and puffing. His eyes are red, and the crowd start chanting, "Holy shit!" I gotta get a "holy shit" soundbite. The crowd starts chanting, "Holy shit!" Everybody's going crazy, and he's like, I'm sitting there like, bruh. Oh wow, didn't know this was gonna happen. And everybody's like, and the brother starts crying. He starts crying real tears. I was like, okay, Roman's taking this really serious. The fact that a lot of people was shitting on his acting the other day, I don't know why. It looked fine to me. I was engaged in the story. I don't know why people weren't engaged in the story, but whatever. How the people were trying to shit on his acting. He said, all right, I got something for y'all. He came back, he starts crying, and slowly but surely,
you triggered my trap card.
He hits Jay in the nuts. I saw that one coming, I ain't gonna lie. After that, the thing falls off of Jay. Jay falls into the corner. Jimmy gets mad, starts beating him up. Solo throws Jimmy off, and then Solo's sitting there in the middle. He's looking down slowly. He looks up, and he's like, could I be the tribal chief? And I'm just sitting there like, bruh. I like where this is going. Everybody's telling him to put it on, put it on. Roman gets up. He goes like this for him to give it to him, and he doesn't give it to him. He picks it up like he's going to, but then here comes Jay, and they fight back. They fight their way back. But at the end of the day, Jay gets put in the ropes after they fight around for a little bit. Jay gets put in the ropes. He's forced to watch Jimmy get his head bashed in with the belt. And then after that, he gets put through a table in that same Solo Sikoa spot that they kind of messed up during the Money in the Bank. And then Roman stands tall. Jimmy gets carted off to the ambulance during the commercial break. And at the end of the night, Roman goes back into the ring. Jay comes through the crowd, fights off Solo, goes into the ring, hits Roman with the chair. Solo tries to come back. He gets basically hit eight or nine times with the chair.
How dare you?
So that looked brutal. Bruh. Beats the holy hell out of him. And he says, you know what? Forget brothers, forget the wise man, me and you. I accept my challenge so that I can beat your ass one more time.
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
Roman basically was like,
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
but that's how the show went off the air. This was really good. Really good stuff. This whole storyline throughout SmackDown has literally carried, this thing has carried SmackDown for, I guess, months and years now going on. The best thing on SmackDown, when they have these storylines, when they have these stories that are the whole episode long and you just keep going back to it, it's like, this was great. This was good, grade A stuff. The beatdown in the beginning was a little bit long, just a tad bit long. Might have been a half an hour that thing took. But I'm not going to sit here and complain. This was really good. This continues to be really good. And if you don't think so, I don't know what to tell you.
Stop it. Get some help.
What else happened on this show? Austin Theory came out of the depths of hell. We haven't seen him.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I don't know who he pissed off, but we haven't seen Austin Theory in forever. United States Championship match versus Sheamus. He beat Sheamus with a schoolboy roll-up off a distraction, and he grabbed the tights. Sheamus, banger after banger after banger. But we haven't seen Austin Theory in forever, so I don't know what the hell's going on there. Then we had AJ Styles versus Karrion Kross. He beat him in like 4.5 minutes. Man, Karrion Kross. Man,
How dare you?
I don't know what it is, man. I don't know where they went wrong with him. Karrion Kross is good. Like, he's good. I don't know what the hell. I don't know where the disconnect was. I don't know if that first time Vince stopped his push and he came out with the gladiator mask and no Scarlet, and he lost to Jeff Hardy in his debut. I don't know if that messed him up. I don't know. But every time I see him and he's losing in 2 minutes, they need to take him off TV. Maybe they need to rebrand him. I don't know. But this sucks, man.
Stop it. Get some help.
Because he's better than this. And I don't know why they don't got nothing for him, but they need to get him in something meaningful. Asuka came out. Bianca came out. Charlotte came out. They all had a brawl. Io was about to cash in. Bayley was about to cash in for Io, but Bianca pulled her out before she was able to cash in. They all fought. Asuka got the hell out of there. And Charlotte gave Io the big boot into the Money in the Bank into her face. Which looked cool. Because she had on heels. And I don't know how you run down in heels. That had to hurt her feet. I don't know. But good little pull apart brawl. And then we had a Grayson Waller effect. And that led to a match between Edge and Grayson Waller. And Edge won with the spear after he tried to do his jump in the ring somersault stunner. He got speared instead, and Edge congratulated him for keeping up with the Hall of Famer. Grayson Waller is really good. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what nobody says.
Stop it.
Grayson Waller is really good. Give him some time. He's going to be pretty big. Because Grayson Waller he can talk on the mic. He's obnoxious. He can be an obnoxious heel. I don't know how he is as a babyface, but I like his moveset, and he's crazy athletic, and he can go. So he reminds me of The Miz, just more athletic, like a more athletic Miz. And we see how long The Miz was able to keep it together. And The Miz had some good moments in WWE. He had some good matches, and he stayed healthy, he stayed safe, and he has a very, very long career. And I think they see some Miz in Grayson Waller, even though they're two different people. Say what you want about The Miz. He can get on that mic and he's good. And he can put forth a good match not even if he has a good dance partner. He can put forth a good match. A lot of people give The Miz hate. I don't. I respect The Miz. The Miz has ultimate respect. Ultimate respect. Grayson Waller in the next 5 years, he could be The Miz, like, upgraded. Because I think he's more athletic than The Miz. The Miz is like bigger, but Grayson Waller is more athletic. So we'll see. We'll see what they do with Grayson. I like the Grayson Waller effect. I like him as a heel. We'll see. But that was your SmackDown. Solid show. Can't go wrong there. Now let's move it over to Collision. Big thing on Collision. Punk and Samoa Joe, 3 times the charm. Before everything, when I like the feel of Collision because it doesn't feel like Dynamite. Now, we got to talk about these ratings.
Nope.
The ratings are trash. But we got to keep it a buck. They're on Saturday night. And when you're on Saturday night, you got to deal with people going out in the summertime. You got to deal with the specialty shows on TV. You got to deal with the pay-per-views. You got to deal with UFC. You got to deal with all these different things. So, what they had, 450,000 last week, something like that. You're not going to sit here and get picture-perfect ratings on a Saturday. They can't do Monday. They can't do Tuesday. They can't do Wednesday. They're already on Wednesday. They couldn't do Thursday. And they can't do Friday because they're already on Friday. Unless they got rid of Rampage. So they had to do Saturday or Sunday. And you definitely ain't doing Sunday. You shoot yourself in the head doing that. So it had to be Saturday or maybe Thursday. But you don't want to do Thursday because that's right after Dynamite on Wednesday. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So I think the ratings will get better. But I think as long as they continue to put forth good shows and make us actually give a shit and want to watch, maybe they'll get more people on the rebound, on the replay, than getting them first time around, which is fine. If they could get those ratings up to 700,000-800,000 and keep it there, build to it, I think they'll be okay. The show, different announcers. You got Kevin Kelly, Nigel. I love that. Kevin Kelly's great. Reminds me of watching New Japan. I love that. It doesn't feel like Dynamite. It feels like Collision. And that's good. I think they'll win over some fans. But they need to just keep good matches coming. Put forth shows that make us want to watch. Make sure you have people that we don't see on Dynamite. Put them on Collision. Put them in great matches. Put them in great stories. And they'll be okay. You know, it's still new. Give them time, y'all. Give them time. So, we had Punk coming out there first, hyping up the crowd, talking about this is for Owen. We're gonna do what we do. We're gonna do what we do for Owen. If it wasn't for Owen, a lot of us wouldn't be here, and vice versa, and all of that. So, shout out Owen Hart. Can't go wrong there. And I'm fine with that. After that, we had, who came out first? Loud CM Punk chants. So tell me when I'm telling lies. So basically hyping up Owen, CM Punk chants, getting the crowd riled up. Nothing wrong with that. We had Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks. I like the end of this match. The end of this match was great because QT Marshall was on the apron and Powerhouse Hobbs had delivered a spear. And he's like telling the ref, he's telling Aubrey, he's pinned him, turn around. And Aubrey is like, get down. And he's like, yo, he's pinned. Aubrey's like, get down. And it's like, stupid, just get down. And he don't want to get down. And Aubrey is like, get down. And Powerhouse had to come over and tell him, yo, get down, you dummy. Stupid. And when he finally gets down, Powerhouse gets speared and he loses.
Stop it. Get some help.
So he starts beating everybody up. He's going after QT. He's going after QT to beat him up, but Homegirl jumps in the middle. And you're not gonna, this is not the Attitude Era. You're not gonna hit ladies. You're not gonna hit ladies. Even though I wish they would. I wish they would just like super kick or spear or do something to one of these ladies. It'll really pop the crowd. Safely, obviously, like they used to do back in the Attitude Era. You had Moolah and Mae Young getting power bombed through tables by the Dudley Boys. Like it was a wild time back then. But you could never do that now. And it's just like, I mean, you could do it, but maybe on a pay-per-view. It'd be hard to do that on TV. It's probably stuff they can't do. Oh, you're hitting the women. I don't know, but it's wrestling. But he's not gonna hit the ladies. So he just walks away. Took his ball and went home.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
So I look forward to him totally killing QT Marshall really soon. Wait, can somebody tell me where the hell Wardlow is? Anybody seen Wardlow?
Surprise, motherfucker.
I was thinking about that the other day. He lost the TNT title, and we haven't seen Wardlow since. Is Wardlow taking time off? Did Wardlow piss somebody off? I think Wardlow going to WWE, man. Wardlow's gonna be like, yo, listen.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
I think Wardlow's gone. I was just thinking about that. Where the hell is Wardlow? Anyway, moving on. We have Miro. Miro says that the men have lost themselves after a deal with the devil, but only one has proved himself after a showdown with his own God. No one can hurt a man who has nothing left to convert. He cannot be tempted from his path, not by a shiny belt, a false god, or a double-jointed hot wife. He must walk with the righteous path and be what his God was not. He senses a battle is coming, and it's the one we've all been waiting for. This is the word of the Redeemer. I guess he's not the Redeemer anymore. He's like, he cannot be tempted from the path, not by a shiny belt, a false god, or a double-jointed hot wife. This is the battle we've all been waiting for. So says the word of the Redeemer. Shout out to Miro, man. I hope Miro wrestles when I go to Collision. Miro is a beast. So we have Willow backstage talking to Tony Schiavone about how she was injured in Japan and cannot go tonight. She is not cleared. Athena shows up and she shows up to say Willow ruined her Collision debut. She can't help but wonder if the injury is even legit. Athena had three flights and coach to get here, and wonder if Willow is just worried about taking another L. And basically Willow says, listen, I'm gonna beat you. Athena said, talk some more trash, saying Willow isn't even going to be cleared for next week, so why even show up? So we'll see what happens. Can't wait for Athena to fight Willow. That's gonna be a hell of a match, because Willow is a big girl and Athena is a tough girl. So we got a tough girl versus a big girl. That's going to be a smash mouth. We might even see some blood, because Athena is not afraid to whip your ass, and Willow is not afraid. Listen, Willow is... The thing with Willow is she's a big girl, but she's so nice. She's like a very nice character. But Willow Nightingale beat your ass. Like, she be beating these girls up. She's strong as hell. And she be throwing these girls around. But she's jumping around. She has the nice entrance music. She's clapping with the crowd. But then you see her in the ring and she's like wild aggressive. And Athena is just wild aggressive. Even though she's a little, she's 5'1", but she be in there hurting these girls. So I look forward to that match. Give them girls 15-20 minutes and let them go. That's going to be a good one. Julia Hart beat Bambi via submission. Smooth little match there. Malachi Black wondering why. They cut to a promo talking about Andrade. Wonders why he wears a mask, telling him not to wear one. He said Andrade has been led to believe his mask is the reason for his success, but he doesn't realize he has more success since taking it off. That's true. Now, if you go back to NXT, Andrade used to wear a mask in NXT, and both these guys were in NXT together, and they had some good matches in NXT as well. And I forget all about that. Like, these guys worked together in NXT. Black and Gold NXT. The real NXT. I almost forgot about that until just now. So I can't wait for them to fight again. It's going to be great. So they cut back to Andrade, and they ask him what his mask means to him. He says he's a businessman, and he says, "Do you think I hide behind the mask?" He said, "I'm not a coward like you. My mask is everything to me. It's about my family, my culture, my country, all about my Latin people. When he takes off his mask, it's time to go fight and win." Looking forward to that. And then we had a Bullet Club Gold match versus FTR. This was great. They could have gave these guys 5 more minutes. It would have been great. The end finally came where Cash Wheeler ate a Blade Runner, leaving Jay White and Dax alone in the ring. They started beating each other up. Tried to roll up Jay, but he got out of it. Juice used the opening to hit a DDT and scored the pin. Cash was about to come in and break it up, but he was a hair split second too late. It looked good. At first, I thought they messed it up. And I was like, oh, they messed that up. But I guess he was supposed to break it up, but he was supposed to be a split second too late. This match was fantastic. Shout out to Bullet Club. Shout out to FTR. This match was absolutely phenomenal. I'm tired of people saying that Jay White is not great. Y'all sound stupid.
Bruh.
Jay White is great.
Stupid.
Juice is great. FTR, we know is great. All of these guys killing it. Then you had a Shawn Spears promo package going for the TNT title. He's about to get killed by Luchasaurus, most likely. And then you had FTR and Bullet Club back there, but they shook hands. So they want a 2 out of 3 falls match next week for the titles. And they all shook hands and agreed on it. So FTR will probably get that win back, 2 out of 3 falls. Looking forward to that. Scorpio Sky beat Action Andretti in a good match. Sky gave the nod of approval to Action Andretti after coming back and hitting him with the TKO and winning the match. Action Andretti, good to see him back out there. Good to see Scorpio Sky back. Now, I don't know if Scorpio Sky was hurt or if Scorpio Sky pissed somebody off, but Scorpio Sky was a pivotal part of AEW in the beginning, and we haven't seen him for a very long time. So the fact that we got Scorpio Sky back, 2 thumbs up for that. That's awesome. Action Andretti is a good opponent. Good stuff here. Gave him the handshake. Scorpio Sky coming back as a babyface. I'm just glad that he's back. Good for him.
Perfect.
Put him in some stuff. They got a lot of good talent on Collision, man. So many wrestlers that are just good, that haven't been around. Still waiting to see Thunder Rosa.
Perfect.
I'm sure she'll be back soon. Then we had Joe versus Punk. We had Joe doing the walk away spot. Always good to see that.
Perfect.
And the end came where Joe went for the muscle buster, but Punk avoided it. We had a swinging net breaker. He went the 3rd time to attempt the GPS, but it was countered into a sleeper. But Punk managed to roll him up. I think he rolled him up backwards. Oh no, he held him like this. Basically sat down on him and managed to steal the win. Punk beat Joe. Joe is shocked that he lost. Punk was just in disbelief because remember, he's never beat Joe. First time that he's beating Joe, actually. And they ended it like they started it, staring each other down across the ring. Joe offered his hand. Punk, reluctantly at first, went over to him, extended his hand. They shook. And then Joe turned him and put him in the sleeper.
Stupid.
I mean, I saw that one coming too. It's Samoa Joe. Come on now. Samoa Joe is one of those wrestlers where even if he's a bad guy, he's a good guy. It's like Samoa Joe is one of the wrestlers that the guys love because he gonna beat your ass. And even if he's doing dastardly things, the hardcore wrestling guys like 18 to 34, that demo, they're not gonna boo Joe. They're not gonna boo Samoa Joe because Joe is gonna beat your ass. Stone Cold, Samoa Joe, guys like that, characters like that, 18 to 34, they're not booing those guys because they're like, that hits that target demographic. And even when Joe is doing bad stuff, he's still a good guy. But he choked him out. FTR came out for the save. Ricky Starks came down. And it's going to be Ricky Starks and CM Punk to see who wins the Owen Cup. Now, I don't know if they give this to Punk. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. We'll see. I think it's going to be a good match. But afterwards, got to see where they go from there. Hopefully they go in a good direction. So we'll see. And that was all she wrote. That was all she wrote for Collision. So Collision, good. WWE, good. Everything was good. Solid stuff on Friday and Saturday night. So, like I said, going back to live streams next week. Don't know if we're doing the watch along, on Wednesday. Because I don't know if I'm going to be getting home early enough. But don't forget to check out the live streams. As always, the shorts, the clips, revamping some stuff on the social media. So if you didn't see it earlier, now you see it again. Don't forget to hit the like button. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. That is all she wrote. I'm out. Everybody be safe. Peace.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?